When it comes to men's health after 50, one of the most common concerns I hear about is erections. Many men quietly worry when things don't feel the same as they used to. But here's the truth. You can take steps to improve your sexual health naturally, and exercise is one of the most powerful tools you have. In fact, certain simple movements can do more for your blood flow and stamina than you might imagine, because they directly target the muscles and circulation pathways involved in healthy erections. So today, let's start with the basics, the warm-up stage, and the foundation exercises that every man should know. Now, before you roll your eyes thinking exercise doesn't sound exciting, let me remind you, your body is like an engine. If you don't run it often, it gets rusty. Erections depend heavily on blood flow, oxygen, and muscle control. And here's the first secret. It's not just about your heart pumping blood. It's also about the pelvic floor muscles, the hidden muscles that support everything down below. When they're weak, circulation slows down, and erections can fade faster than you want. But when they're strong, the difference is night and day. Let's start with one of the most important exercises for men over 50, pelvic floor activation, often called Kegels. You've probably heard about them, but most men don't realize how powerful they are. To do this, think about the muscle you use to stop urinating midstream. That's the pelvic floor muscle. By squeezing it, holding for a few seconds, and then relaxing, you are literally training the muscles that keep blood trapped in the penis during an erection. The best way to start is simple. Tighten for 3 seconds, relax for 3 seconds, and repeat 10 times. Over time, increase to 10-second holds. Do this 2 or 3 times a day, and you're already making a huge investment in your erection health. But we can't stop there. Warm-up stretchers are just as important. Why? Because flexibility improves blood circulation. A great move to start with is the hip bridge. Lie on your back with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Push through your heels to lift your hips up toward the ceiling, squeeze your glutes, and hold for a few seconds before lowering back down. This movement strengthens the glutes and lower back while opening up the hips, which are directly tied to better pelvic blood flow. Another warm-up that I recommend is deep squats. Don't worry, I don't mean heavy barbell squats. I'm talking about slow, controlled bodyweight squats, where you go as low as your body comfortably allows. Squats are powerful because they strengthen your leg muscles and get your heart pumping, which boosts circulation all the way to your pelvic region. Remember, erections are a circulation game, and when your legs and hips are strong, the highways of blood flow to your groin stay clear and active. Start with just 8 to 10 reps and gradually work your way up as your stamina improves. Now let's talk breathing. Yes, breathing. You might not realize it, but shallow breathing, especially when you're stressed, keeps oxygen from circulating properly. Oxygen-rich blood is what creates firmness and stamina in erections. Practicing deep diaphragmatic breathing, where you inhale deeply through your nose, fill your belly, and exhale slowly, helps relax your nervous system and support nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is the key chemical that signals blood vessels in the penis to open up. Without enough of it, erections suffer. So, believe it or not, 5 minutes a day of deep breathing can change your performance more than you expect. Another overlooked warm-up is walking with purpose. A brisk 10 to 15-minute walk each day improves cardiovascular health, lowers blood pressure, and supports the small blood vessels that supply the prostate and penis. Men who sit too much have weaker circulation, and studies show they experience more erection difficulties. So get moving. Your legs are literally the pump that helps your lower body stay alive with blood flow. Think of these warm-ups as the foundation. Just like you wouldn't build a house on weak soil, you can't expect strong erections if the base of your circulation and pelvic floor muscles is neglected. The beauty of these exercises is that they require no special equipment.
You can do them at home, in privacy, and they take only a few minutes each day. And let me tell you something important. Consistency is everything. You can't do Kegels once a week and expect magic. You can't walk once a month and expect your circulation to change. Your body needs signals every single day, especially after 50 when natural testosterone levels drop and blood vessels don't open up as easily as they used to. By moving, stretching, and strengthening daily, you are giving your body a message. Stay alive, stay active, stay ready. So far, we've covered pelvic floor training, hip bridges, squats, deep breathing, and purposeful walking. These are the core warm-ups that prepare your body for stronger, longer-lasting erections. They might sound simple, but trust me, they are the first step to reclaiming confidence in your body. And remember, number 2 on this list is coming up, and it's one that most men completely overlook, but it has a direct link to hormone balance and energy.
Now that you've got the foundation in place, the pelvic floor activations, bridges, squats, and breathing, it's time to step things up. Warm-ups prepare the body, but real progress comes when you add a little more challenge. Remember, your body after 50 isn't fragile, it's adaptable. And when you train it the right way, even in small, smart doses, you can spark changes in blood flow, stamina, and hormone balance that translate directly into stronger, healthier erections. The next category of movements we'll talk about is what I call circulation-boosting strength exercises. These are not about bodybuilding or lifting heavy weights. They're about improving muscle tone, cardiovascular response, and the release of natural chemicals like testosterone and nitric oxide. Think of them as performance enhancers that your own body creates if you give it the right stimulus. Let's start with a big one, lunges. Lunges are incredible because they combine strength, flexibility, and balance. You take a big step forward, lower your body slowly until your back knee almost touches the ground, then push back up. What does this do? It opens the hips, strengthens the quads and glutes, and increases circulation in the pelvic region. All of that means more blood flow where you need it. Start small, 5 reps on each leg, and gradually increase. The key here is slow, controlled movement. This isn't about speed, it's about sending blood to the lower body and keeping those circulation pathways open. Another excellent exercise is the plank hold. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does a plank have to do with erections? More than you realize. A plank strengthens your core muscles, including the deep muscles that support your pelvis and spine. A strong core equals better posture, which improves circulation. Poor posture, especially the hunched over look that comes from sitting too much, compresses blood vessels and nerves in the lower body. By holding yourself up straight and strong in a plank position, you train your body to keep those blood highways unclogged. Start with 15 seconds, then 30, and work your way up to a full minute. Now, let's talk about dynamic movements. Short bursts that really get the blood pumping. One of the simplest but most effective is jumping jacks. Yes, the old school exercise you probably did as a kid. It's low impact if you move at your own pace, but it wakes up the cardiovascular system fast. Just 1 or 2 minutes of controlled jumping jacks will send oxygen-rich blood racing through your veins, including those vital arteries that supply the pelvic region. If you haven't done them in years, start slow. 10 to 15 repetitions, then rest, then repeat. Another overlooked but powerful movement is the step up. Find a sturdy step, bench, or even a stair. Step up with one foot, bring the other up, then step down. This simple action mimics climbing and forces your leg and hip muscles to work in unison. Why does this matter? Because these muscles are directly linked to pelvic circulation. Stronger hips and thighs equal stronger erections. Try 10 step-ups per leg, and as you get stronger, increase the height of the step or the number of reps. Now, I want to pause here and explain why these movements matter on a deeper level. When you engage large muscle groups, like the legs, glutes, and core, You stimulate the release of testosterone and growth hormone, two hormones that play a crucial role in male sexual health. After 50, both of these hormones naturally decline, but exercise, especially strength-based exercise, tells your body to keep producing them. That's why studies consistently show that active men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s report better erectile function than men who are sedentary. It's not just about blood flow, it's about hormones working in your favor. Another layer to this is vascular health. The penis has some of the smallest blood vessels in the entire body. That's why erectile issues are often one of the first warning signs of cardiovascular disease. By practicing these circulation-boosting exercises, you're not just improving your sex life, you're protecting your heart, your brain, and your overall health. Think of it this way. Every lunge, every plank, every step up is keeping your blood vessels flexible, elastic, and ready to respond. Now, let's not forget about stretching movements. After strength, you need flexibility. One of my favorites for men over 50 is the butterfly stretch. Sit down, bring the soles of your feet together, and let your knees fall to the sides. Gently push them toward the ground while keeping your back straight. This opens the groin, improves hip mobility, and relieves tension in the lower back. You'd be surprised how much better your circulation feels when the hips aren't locked tight. Hold the stretch for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply. Another great stretch is the seated forward bend. Sit with your legs extended in front of you and slowly reach toward your toes. Don't worry if you can't touch them. The goal is to lengthen your spine and open up the hamstrings. Why this one? Because tight hamstrings pull on the pelvis and restrict circulation. Loosening them helps everything flow more freely. So in this second stage, what do we have? Lunges, planks, jumping jacks, step-ups, butterfly stretches, and forward bends. These exercises combine strength, circulation, and flexibility in a way that directly benefits your erection health. They're simple, effective, and they don't require a gym membership. And let me remind you, none of this is about looking like a bodybuilder or running a marathon. It's about reclaiming confidence, energy, and intimacy through daily, doable movement. Think of these exercises as medicine, except without side effects. Now, in the next section, we're going to dive into something even more exciting: advanced techniques that not only boost circulation, but also directly train stamina, endurance, and control. You've warmed up, you've built strength, you've improved circulation, but now it's time for the part most men are curious about: stamina and endurance. Erections are not only about getting blood flow, they're about keeping it. And if you've ever worried about fading energy, losing firmness too quickly, or not having the control you once had, then these next exercises are going to be game changers. The first one I want to share with you is called interval walking. It sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful stamina builders for men over 50. Here's how you do it. Walk at your normal pace for 2 minutes, then speed up to a brisk pace for 1 minute, then slow down again. Repeat this cycle for 10 to 15 minutes. Why does this work? Because interval walking trains your blood vessels to expand and contract quickly, which mirrors the demands of sexual activity. It also conditions your heart and lungs, giving you more staying power. And remember, your penis is only as strong as your heart's ability to pump blood to it. Next, let's talk about a direct stamina builder, Kegel holds for endurance. In Section 1, you learned how to activate the pelvic floor muscles by doing quick squeezes. Now it's time to take it further. Instead of short pulses, try holding the squeeze for 5 to 10 seconds, then relax. This not only strengthens the muscles, but also trains them to maintain tension for longer. That means better control during intimacy and the ability to keep an erection longer without losing firmness. Aim for 5 to 10 holds per session. Now here's an exercise that might surprise you: yoga-based poses like the cobra and cat-cow stretch. These aren't just about flexibility, they actually stimulate blood flow in the pelvic region and engage the lower back muscles, which are often weak in older men. Weak lower back muscles equal poor circulation and faster fatigue. But when you strengthen and stretch them, you improve endurance in ways that directly translate into better performance. Hold the cobra pose for 15 to 20 seconds, breathe deeply, and repeat 2 to 3 times. The cat-cow stretch, moving your spine gently up and down, is excellent for circulation and reducing stiffness. Another advanced but highly effective exercise is the reverse plank. Sit on the floor with your legs extended in front of you, place your hands behind your hips, and lift your body up so your torso forms a straight line. This move strengthens the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back all at once, while also stretching the chest. The reverse plank teaches your body to maintain tension in key muscle groups that support blood flow. Now let's bring in some cardio endurance. Cycling or stationary biking is excellent for building stamina. But here's the catch. You must do it carefully. Long hours on a hard bike seat can put pressure on the perineum, the area between the scrotum and anus, which may restrict blood flow. So keep your rides short. 10 to 15 minutes is enough. And invest in a seat designed to reduce pressure. When done right, cycling conditions the heart, improves leg strength, and boosts circulation without harming the delicate structures of the pelvic floor. At this point, you might be asking, what ties all these exercises together? The answer is vascular endurance. Erections rely on nitric oxide, a natural chemical your body releases when you're aroused. Nitric oxide signals blood vessels in the penis to relax and fill with blood. But if your vessels are stiff, clogged, or undertrained, the message doesn't get through properly. These exercises, interval walking, Kegel holds, yoga poses, reverse planks, and careful cycling, all train your body to release more nitric oxide and respond faster. That's why men who commit to these movements consistently report stronger, longer-lasting erections. But there's also a mental side to stamina. When you exercise regularly, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good hormones. These not only improve your mood, but also reduce stress and anxiety, two of the biggest killers of male performance. Think about it. How many times has stress or fatigue gotten in the way of intimacy? By keeping your body active and your hormones balanced, you reduce the mental barriers that often make erections weaker or less reliable. Let's wrap this all together into a plan you can start today. Think of it in 3 layers. 1. Foundation. Section 1. Pelvic floor work, bridges, squats, breathing. 2. Circulation and strength. Section 2. Lunges, planks, step-ups, stretches. 3. Stamina and endurance. Section 3. Interval walking, Kegel holds, yoga poses, reverse planks, and careful cycling. If you combine just 1 or 2 exercises from each layer, done 3 to 4 times a week, you will feel a difference. Maybe not overnight, but give it 4 to 6 weeks, and you'll notice stronger erections, better control, and more energy in your daily life. And here's something I want every man listening to hear. Improving erections after 50 is not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming vitality, confidence, and the ability to connect with your partner without worry. Your body still has everything it needs. It just needs the right push. So don't wait. Start with 1 exercise today. Even if it's just 30 seconds of Kegel holds or a 2-minute brisk walk, you're already on the road to stronger performance and better health. If you found this helpful, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who might benefit. We men don't talk enough about this topic, but by spreading the knowledge, you might give someone else the confidence to take back control of their health and their life.